Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thanks to all the people who subscribe and the members and all the people who do thumbs up. So I'm at a place today and I'm with one of the subscribers. So Benjamin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Where are we?
We are at Didcot Railway Centre today.
Fantastic. And we've got quite an amazing day for it. And that sounds like a shed. These things are following me. Is that a shed? No, is that a 6.5? No, it is a 6.6. 66594, I think. I think, anyway. Not that it matters that much. I shouldn't say that, though. I've already been told off by one train spotter because I got the number wrong on one of my videos the other day, and I don't think he's going to forgive me. So we've been up there in the coal stage, and I've got a bit of footage that I'll splice in later on. So how did you find yourself getting interested in trains, Benjamin?
I believe it was more than likely through the Thomas and Friends books.
Ah.
Being a child of the early 1980s, they were read to me growing up. And it just went on from there. I was never into football or anything like that. It was always steam trains for me. Later got a model railway, just a simple loop in the siding that had no room to keep up permanently, so was constantly being taken up and down.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah. And Didcot Railway Centre being as close to me as it is was somewhere I'd go to frequently, more frequently now that I have a membership.
It's good to have a membership. I've got a membership on my railway even though I work there. So do you think we should send this to Lucas and go, here's a proper crocodile?
Yeah, can do.
Here comes something else rolling through, but I think it's going to be too high, as in the bank's too high. No, it's up here. It's a 70 leading an intermodal. That's actually the first 70 I've seen. I reckon the sheds are actually following me.
Do you get a lot of sheds?
Yes. I once asked Matt Peddleston why we only get sheds, and he said because they're ubiquitous and they're everywhere.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
So that's what they did with the game too. So this is an inside motion locomotive.
I think this is the recently restored one that they're launching at the weekend.
Ah.
I could be wrong, so don't quote me.
So it's a, what is it, a 042?
It certainly looks shiny and recently done.
You are alive.
If it isn't, it could be that it's the other visiting loco, seeing as they're both next to each other.
It's interesting seeing inside motion locomotives because they're very unusual in Australia. Whoops, sorry. And we mostly have just outside motion. So it's quite a pretty little machine. It's very shiny.
Yeah, they do look after them.
We'll just have to peer through the bottom of the door. It's about the best I can do unless I jump. Oh, maybe I can do it. There we go, in the cab. For those of you watching, it's ridiculous like this. Vacuum brakes. It looks like they've left the dummy open. Naughty. Fills up with wasps. This weird thing over there, for those of you who've never been in a loco cab, that's an iron used in firing it. That particular shape's different to anything I use, but I could see how it'd be useful in breaking up clinker. So model railways, Thomas books, not uncommon.
No, not at all. And of course the TV series helped. Every afternoon after school.
Which TV series is your favourite?
The Ringo Star.
I think I understand that. Yeah, my kids grew up on that. I didn't because I was somewhat earlier than that, but you know, it's an excuse to sit there and watch trains.
Yeah. I don't like the more modern CGI spin on it.
all aboard.
Yeah. Freaks me out.
That's the other kind of couple. So when I was talking with Rails of Illinois this morning, it was last night for him I suppose, but he asked didn't they hook these things up using poles, and the answer is yes they did, with this kind of coupler. The ones that are sort of self-tightening if you like. There's that big shape in the middle, just drops down and pulls them tight. And also with the 3 link ones that are like a link of sausages down there. Same with those, but not with the kind that are on the carriages with a screw. The other thing they'd do is ride the brake, slow the things down. So I kind of understand that why you're not a fan of the all aboard series. I wasn't really either.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't have the same look. And
the game was good though.
is that the mobile game or a different one?
That was for PC. It came out in about 2000, I think.
Oh, I've not played that one.
See, look, we're not going in the locomotive, honest. I was doing this yesterday, filming at the Great Western Museum, and I was just poking my nose everywhere and looking around in the cab by reaching in with the camera, and the guy goes, "Do you want to go in there?" Hell yeah. That's the one cool thing I found about the UK actually, is the majority of people that work around railways are genuinely good people who recognise another rail fan and will go out of their way to help you.
Yeah.
This is below where we were before, where they tipped the skips into the locomotives. So. We use a tractor on our railway. A few more goods wagons of various kinds. The four-wheel ones are a novelty because, of course, I had the Hornby model, which we didn't really have much four-wheel stock in my era in Victoria and Australia. We did have some, but most of it was gone. Even the stuff on our narrow gauge is bogey. But we were weird.
I used to watch an Australian TV series when I was younger. I think it was called Wombat.
Oh yeah, Wombat Corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our train.
Right, cool. Yeah, my granddad used to record that for me.
Yeah. Well, the train actually called Wombat. That was usually 8A, I think, from memory.
Right. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Did you notice it changed colour sometimes?
No.
Sometimes the one they usually used wasn't available and it would change colours.
Fair enough.
Because we have three general colours that are in circulation on our railway, and there's one more that I don't think we've ever used. So we have apple green, Canadian red, which is kind of brown. Canadian red's pretty close to that.
Right.
The little shed labelled heavy freight group. And we've got black, if black's a colour.
This part of the engine shed might be recognisable from anyone who's seen one of the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes films. They filmed a part of that here.
Oh, cool.
You can see more about that inside.
I think they did some of that at Aldwych as well. I remember seeing that on a tour.
Yeah, plenty of engines in the shed to get a good look
Look
at.
out, 10,000 munchkins coming this way. We don't want them on video.
Nah.
That just leads to trouble that you just don't want as a channel. Ooh, fresh asbestos. Love it.
Yeah, they've just had a complete overhaul of the roof done.
Now we've got an amazing selection of irons here. So there's clinker pans, looks like some kind of rake, another braking tool. It looks like a fireman shovel welded to an iron, which is interesting to see. Now this looks familiar. I hope they don't mind me picking it up. This is kind of a long-handled version of what I've got. Mine's the same pan, short angle, or short handle I should say.
There's Trojan, which you can often see on the branch line.
It was used to invade Greece, wasn't it? And that thing's actually a tram, I think, isn't it? As in it can move by itself.
Yeah, they've got a couple of those. And Pendennis Castle as well, which only recently returned to steam.
What a really cool collection of fire bars. We're lucky if we have 3 spare in our railway. If I give you the impression our railway's tight, I shouldn't, but it is.
Right.
Water column. That's a pretty one, isn't it?
It is.
Pendennis Castle, or Castle, depending on your point of view.
Castle for me. This was the one that was famously paired up against the Flying Scotsman to see which was the most powerful.
And which one won?
I believe it was Pendennis, wasn't it?
There is a boast in the Great Western Museum of the fastest steam locomotive, which I thought was kind of interesting, because I always thought that was Mallard in the UK.
Yeah.
In America, it's actually the Pennsylvania T1.
Right.
And there's a group of people who were so enthusiastic about proving it was faster than Mallard, but it was never recorded as a formal speed record, that they're actually rebuilding one.
Just to prove a point.
Just to prove a point. It's a very American thing to do.
Yeah.
The motion on these is actually really interesting, because all the complexity is inside, which means you get these weird joints that certainly aren't the kind of thing that Aussies would be used to. This is the same as the one that was at the museum yesterday, or this one's clearly in use, because it's oily, the way a locomotive should be.
A lot greasier.
I can't get over the size of the crossheads. They're enormous. And the fact that there's cork for lubrication in the
Yeah,
crossheads.
there's so many corks.
Yeah. Something going through fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the one in the museum, looking at all the oil points going. It's almost as bad as our Garrett. This one looks a lot more used than the one in the museum. The one in the museum is far too shiny, but this one looks used. Proper engine.
I was here one time, they were doing a repair job on the front axle because it had been unloaded not to instruction and they'd caused it some damage.
That's unfortunate. Keep heading down this way, I guess.
Can do.
Hopefully we'll get through here before the kids turn up.
Yeah.
This one doesn't look like it moves terribly much. Looks like it can.
Yeah, I think it's probably shunted in and out when they rearranged the stuff, because I'm used to King Edward being on this section. It's obviously moved since.
It's like all museums, it just moves stuff around. Well, maybe it does go actually. There's plenty of drippage from the box. So it looks like it is kept oiled up.
Hall class.
I'm going to go back on the train with dirty knees now. It's not so unusual for a railway person though. Side tanks look like popular locos with GWR. So there doesn't seem to be any traction equipment of any kind on this one, so maybe it is one of the ones that could control a steam engine. I'll have to look it up later and see. Wonder if it's got controls at this end. Doesn't look like it, only the other end. Let this be known, Benjamin. Don't tamper with the fire bucket.
Nope.
So that one's got a sand scoop on it.
See
So
where
it's probably a bucket of sand. I always think about taking these books and then I don't. Sounds like we have munchkins headed this way.
we can get out at the far end.
I just bored for when it was a real depot. See, watch where you're going. Ah, this is like an interesting place. An oil room. And looks like brake testing rigging over the back there maybe. It's always interesting to see how some of the behind the scenes things work. So it looks like there's a vacuum system in here too. That would suggest. Or possibly steam. Now that I'm guessing is an injector. Or it's an ejector for the brakes, but I think it's got too many pipes for that. Because that would be inlet out of the tank, probably coming in from the valve inside, outlet going to the boiler, I'm guessing, maybe? It seems to go under there somewhere. Looks like it's going up, it's hard to tell in the dark. And going off to the overflow, which is down under the step here. So I'm guessing that's an injector. Steam is familiar across the entire world, but not. Because everybody's got their own weird and wonderful ways of doing stuff. So do they talk about how to pronounce this? Drislin Castle? Dristin Castle?
Says there are only 8 left. Second example is Pendennis, which is also Didcot.
The engineman's room. Looks like it's just set up as some kind of canteen, so we're probably not supposed to go in here. So we won't. Will be nice. So you reckon we can get out the back down there?
Yeah.
Important people. They're the people you call when your engine buggered. And mechanics. Men who light up and clean.
Paul. Paul.
And the shedman.
Do you want to come in?
Ah, cool. We laid in?
Yeah.
Cool. All the maintenance bits and pieces, grease guns,
That's why it's called mechanics.
cleaning of brushes, and batteries.
Yeah, it's a long story.
And of course a big collection of lamps. In some ways it's fortunate that in England lamps are so plentiful because they don't get pinched. In Australia, not so plentiful. We can't leave them like that, we have to lock them up.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh. And the not to be moved boards that go on the engines when they're being maintained.
Very important safety device. Cool.
Unless I'm working on it and they still move it regardless.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Ah, actually, this is what I need. So yeah, I was right, injector steam valves. So that one's train heating, that's interesting. Train heating shut off, that's the injector. So where does that pipe go? Down there. So that's running what we saw on the side. Is it on the side of this one conveniently? No. Okay. Yeah, they talk about a few other things on there, but we'll look at that more later. Something pretty big rolling past. What's your guess?
Presumably a goods train, I'd have thought, from the racket. Oh, I think maybe just missed a steam train.
I think we did just miss a steam train.
It's rather unfortunate.
Never mind.
We wouldn't have been able to see anyway.
It's gone.
Too much old stuff.
Yeah, it's buggered off.
Yeah, we can get into a little bit of the loco workshop.
Yeah, it was funny when I was having my sneaky cab ride on Swanage on the steam loco. The driver goes, "You want to have a go at an English whistle?" And I go, "Oh yeah," and he goes, "They're a little bit different to yours, and they can be a bit hard, so just go for one long blast." And I've just gone, whoop, 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 whoop. And he's gone, "No, you've done it before." Yeah, a little bit. Very cool crane. So your modern safety person looks at a crane like that and goes, "Run!" Whereas real railway people know they're actually good. I've got to say this is kind of nice in that we're allowed to walk around through most of the place.
Yeah.
There are some barriers here and there.
Compared to other heritage railways, I think it's literally the only one where you would be able to walk around with active steam locos at your level.
Which is really good that there's still an element of trust. Well, we can go a bit into here. So we've got another 060 side tank wheelless, because they're there. Another one stripped down to its boiler. That looks like the saddle tank locomotive there. Looks like its tank belongs to that probably. It's always cool to see them in bits and being worked on and starting to go back together.
Yeah, the Fusilier used to be in here, so whatever they were doing to it, they must have finished.
So this one's got the boiler out. So you get a pretty rare view of what's inside. And hopefully a good view of the motion down there, and I'm not just kidding myself.
Would you like a look in the Mark III Caledonian sleeper whilst I'm here?
Oh sure, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Getting the VIP.
Indeed.
And then you can go back in there.
Are you okay if you're on video? Cool.
So I'm cleaning the locker carriage at the moment, where the staff and volunteers get changed.
Very important job.
Oh. If you could just pop the rope up behind you,
Okay.
it'd be wonderful. And this is what they'd used up in Scotland for Caledonian overnight runs.
Nice wide corridor. Cool. It's not that much different to today's, is it?
No. We've got 12 rooms, and they're used for volunteers, because we have volunteers that travel quite distance, so they come and have a sleep
Nice.
over in here.
I suppose the advantage to having a really narrow corridor is in the middle of the night when it's lurching from side to side. And
And then it turns into bunk beds.
wow, magic. When you're lurching and it's on your way to the loo, you're not going to fall down.
No, that is so true. And this is where the steward would have sat.
Complete with the kitchen sink.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Magic. Thank you.
Yes. Do a U-turn.
Very difficult to do.
Oh, Oh, the first time I came in here to clean it, I was so claustrophobic.
It is a breath of fresh air when you come out, literally. That's really cool. Thanks for letting us have a look in there. Thanks for letting us have a look in there. It's appreciated. I was saying to Benjamin before, the railway family is a global thing.
I mean,
So Benjamin's a local, and you probably can tell I'm from Australia. Just a slight accent.
Cross country.
A cross-country train actually moving! Wow, that doesn't happen often. They just cancelled one of mine. I'm mean to them now.
oh no, no.
You were supposed to be here yesterday, weren't you?
Oh no, that wasn't cross-country. That was GWI.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, after the incident on Tuesday.
And another one today. Signal cables cut today.
Oh well, this was on Tuesday. It was a suicide in the station.
Not good.
No,
We had cows on the
Just-
line yesterday.
it's. You feel for the people that witnessed it.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that it's a bit too common, and people don't think about how the driver feels and how the rest of the crew feels.
Yeah, the
Yep.
consequences.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And unknowing people go, "Why didn't you stop?" It's because you can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like trying to stop in a car.
No.
You have to take quite a distance before you stop one of those. Yes.
That's a noisy one.
Right, I shall let you carry on your wander.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Cheers.
I'll wander back into the shed over here.
Yeah.
That was very kind.
I've never been in there. I've always seen it from the outside.
Well, Nate, you can just volunteer here and you can sleep in it.
Now, I keep meaning to apply because you need to be a member before you can volunteer.
It is on. Good.
Nice newly painted front end.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly they collect dust, even newly painted. And that funny thing over there with the balls is a manual press.
Yeah.
They're actually, I reckon, better than a hydraulic press because you can control the power really easily. Whereas a hydraulic press, you just smash stuff. But it's cool to be able to come at least part way into the workshops.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like there's too much going on today.
Another one that all of it's cladding off. Looks like it's going back on. There's a band around that piece.
That little saddle tank is Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Standard workshop practice, never couple them together. You don't want to accidentally move one.
No.
So here's a view without a boiler. No backhead. Straight out the front. Good, it's still running. Now is this crane missing a boiler? Because it's got tanks, which would suggest it would normally have had the boiler in the back. This looks normal. We've got extra concrete. Where do we put it? Is that another cross-country moving? Is that 2 in one day? Wow! The reason I'm being mean to cross-country is because they've cancelled my ticket to York.
What was the reason?
So I have to go on a bus
Ah, shame.
at 6 o'clock in the morning. But as they say in the classics, that's okay. Sounds like there might be something else coming up there. Kinda, maybe, maybe not.
That goes down to the picnic area and the coach shed. The turntable's down there as well.
Well, there's a rope across it today, but let's see if we can get down there. Yeah, why not? So you mentioned Thomas kind of got you into trains.
Yep.
And it sounds a little bit like simulators are keeping you in trains.
Yeah, I never
can
really
do a
had
shed.
a PC to play
I can definitely hear a shed.
them on. So once TSW arrived on console, that was it for me.
Ah,
Bought every iteration since, with the exception of the Expert 101 DLC. I have all the content.
train go boom.
Not good.
We won't go down into the picnic ground itself because there's lots of munchkins down there, but we can walk through, I suppose, if it's
Yeah, we
not
should be able to
closed.
get around it,
Ah, beer truck.
minus the beer.
You sure? Have you tried?
No.
Beer is one of those interesting things. I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but I worked in a pub, and beer can turn into urine all by itself. Doesn't need a human.
Gross.
That does sound like something coming. Hopefully it's coming this way, not going the other way though. It's definitely a shed.
Yeah. Can tell from the engine.
But what's your bet? Is it on our right or on our left?
More likely to be stuff going on the left in terms of shunting anything, because it would have to be coming straight through on the right. And that sounds like a slow start.
It does, doesn't it?
There's the diesel that you saw earlier. Let's brought the Royal Mail coach out. Archery in progress, that's why you can't go through.
Yeah. I've never been shot by an arrow before. Could be an interesting lifetime experience. You can do it once. Period acting people. In a hoodie. Perfect. As you do. There is something moving over there. You only just see the top of it. Now, just for reference, it's not us singing.
No.
This diesel we can hear is not a shed, it's a Hunslet. What's this one in front of us?
I think it's the... Well, they did have a gas turbine down here, which doesn't go anywhere.
Don't you just want to jump down there and have a look?
Yeah. Climb underneath.
And this is a shunter's wagon.
Yeah, so I'm curious now where the gas turbine went.
It's called Athena. Athena being a Greek goddess.
Class 31.
And the X means deregistered. So it can't go out.
Next time I see a member of staff, I'll ask where the gas turbine went, because that was in a bit of a state.
Flower traffic, fruit, and that might be a fish van at the end, Matt Peddleston. That's for you. We don't have a river for you to dump it in though, sorry. Have to apologise for that. Another one of the side tanks in slightly less repair than the others. I'm sure at this point someone's screaming at the screen, go look at the Hunslet. We'll get there. It's an interesting little device, isn't it?
Yeah. It is operational, but I've never seen it in use.
We've got equipment like that is operational, but no one's ever seen it move. It's not that unusual.
Looks like they've fenced off the
The
carriage shed, which is a
does.
shame.
the Loco Carriage and Wagon Department from Penzance. That's a little far from home. You can still see in here though.
Yeah. Number 22 comes out and is operational on occasion.
Is it steam powered?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's one of those as a DLC for Riviera Line in Train Sim Classic.
Mm.
I think I've played it. And we have the Queen Mary. There's our little machine again. It looks like it actually moves the traverser. Because it's actually hooked into the traverser. You can see those bars connecting it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So given I assume they get carriages out of there,
Yeah.
and they only have, looks like one road to get stuff in and out, maybe two.
We can carry on this way to the loading shed and the broad gauge.
This is where it's useful to have a local guide, because I would have looked down here and gone, there's nothing down there.
Nothing. They also have a small section of the atmospheric railway,
Yeah.
which didn't take off.
No. And there's a big sign that says propane gas, and you always have to do this. No smoking propane. It's bad for you. It explodes. I should just do up my belt rather than pulling these pants up constantly. It's Japanese pants,
Right.
because I was in Japan a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember you saying you were off there before coming here.
Yeah, and I took 3 pairs of shorts for me for 2 weeks, which I thought would be quite adequate. But it was so hot and humid that each day my shorts would come back to the hotel actually wet.
Right.
And I'd have to wring them out. It was disgusting. So we went and got some clothes that were, both myself and my wife, went and got clothes that were a little more suited for that environment and got rid of all the cotton. Got rid of all the natural fibres.
They're actually building a platform extension down here. They dismantled and moved a station from Kidlington, and that's being restored to extend the length of the platform.
I can still hear a shed.
Yeah, I think the sound's bouncing around a bit.
It's over there somewhere.
Yeah.
A sign from Somerset.
There's the atmospheric railway pipe.
It was an interesting concept, the atmospheric railway. And there's still people trying to do it today, as in Boring Man. The world's biggest idiot. I won't mention his name because he'll sue me, but he's an idiot. You'll know who I mean. Unfortunately, he's a ridiculously rich idiot. Now, the GWR did start as broad gauge, I think, didn't it?
Yeah. There you go,
'Cause-
Brunel's atmospheric caper.
Had a quick look. There's no children crawling through it, so it's safe enough to video it. And that shed is very close. It's just on the other side of the wall there somewhere.
It might be that shiny red one you sent.
I think so,
this morning.
because I can see a red dash and a red dash, and there's a carriage between us and it. How would you say that? From?
Yeah, foam.
Stolen from Mineral Junction? Do not trespass on the railways. That's a lot of words when you could just say keep out. Ooh, I wasn't even aimed at the sign. There we go. Now you can read it. It's a lot of words. There's too many words. I was trying to figure out whether that signal box was open or not, but it doesn't look like it.
No, there's at the other end there's one that you might be able to get in if anyone was actually operating it.
Yeah. There was one at the GWR Steam Museum that you operate and manipulate some trains in a simulator using the signal box. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what the simulator was. I don't think it's one of the standard ones. That would look like a Gronk.
Oh, that'd be Phantom.
We'll have to have a look
believe.
now.
It's kind of cool that it's out. So this on the right is the station that they're reconstructing. It's the first time I've seen actual wall on it.
Yeah.
When I came, it's just been the foundations.
And get back together rock by rock.
Yeah.
It's probably a life's work. Well, it looks like the modernising inside, which is a good plan. So putting in a brick wall to hold it all up.
There we go, 604 Phantom.
Morning.
Yeah. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Pretty good.
I saw the Gronk and had to come over. And another shed. That shed's a bit of a smoker. So this sound, I think, is still missing in the simulator to some extent. A lot of carriages don't have much sound. And in reality, they actually have a lot. Let's see if I can get in there without reflection.
You can
Bit
see
hard to
there
do,
they've got a grill on the right for making their food.
They do indeed. Now, do you know the history of why diesel engines have a hot plate or a hob?
Nope.
It's really simple.
Lack
On
of
the steam
firebox.
engine, on top of the firebox is
Yeah.
a tray, and
You
that's
make
the
your
hob.
bacon and eggs on that.
Normally on the shovel for bacon and eggs, but you can keep your tea warm or your coffee. But you're not a real engineman if you drink coffee. Sorry.
Sacrilege.
It's got to be black tea.
I don't mind either or, but I'm more of a coffee drinker.
Yeah. Off the railway, I drink coffee. But when you're working on an engine, you want black tea because black tea will hydrate you and coffee will do the opposite. And if you're working on an engine, your absolute enemy is dehydration. It will kill you. It's like a relatively modern car, this one. VGA. We don't have them in the game, do we?
Don't recognise it.
And I'm curious.
Explosive content.
I'm not sure if that's explosive or atomic. Let's wake up our little lens application. And is it not in here anymore? Oh no, it's got its own bloody app now, doesn't it? Stupid Google, always changing shit.
It does have a number there,
It does.
slightly burnt off there.
Where is it hiding? You think it'd be easy to find things when it's alphabetical, but apps change their names. Lens. It's called Lens. You should remember that. Okay, let's search. It is Class 1 explosive. There we go. And that one looks like a fox farting, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't think we have VGAs in the game.
No. Or at least not yet.
No passenger trains to pass this board. I don't think you can really go very far. Sort of just go into the wilderness. You are still alive. Where's my battery? 18%. So I think you've been to Didcot a few times.
Yes. Occasionally pre-pandemic, and then I didn't go for 3 or 4 years, obviously. And then started again after that, whenever there's an event on. There's actually a gala coming up next month, which I'm hoping to attend.
That'll be good.
Anniversary gala.
And there's some DB Schenker carriages over there.
So in here we've got a couple of replica engines, Iron Duke and Firefly.
Yeah. One of these was used in a film, wasn't it?
The one which they think is Lion, but may or may not have been Lion,
Pretty amazing
was
shit.
used in the Titfield Thunderbolt as
That's
the
the one.
Titfield. But it's thought now that that might not actually be the Lion.
If you've never watched the Titfield Thunderbolt, you really should.
Some of it was filmed locally as well,
'Cause it's
in
Go on.
Blenheim, where the engine goes through the streets and you can quite clearly see the truck wheels underneath it.
Yeah.
That was filmed in Blenheim.
And they roll it down the stairs out of a museum.
Yeah.
And I watched that scene and I thought, that thing's just going to go whoosh.
And they did actually damage the engine during filming as well. They put a dent in the tender.
I'm surprised they didn't put more than a dent in it running it
Yeah.
downstairs.
So after that, they vowed never to lend it out for filming purposes again. This did run up until a few years back.
Yeah.
It's
And,
considered to be too
Chris Sutton?
expensive.
Stop leaving your seed everywhere, sunshine.
They do want to run it again, but it's a question of time and money to train staff up to be able to operate it. So there, what's happening to Firefly? It'd be great to see Firefly and its coaches steaming along the broad gauge track again, and at long last the work has begun. A team of volunteers are taking the locomotive apart to check its condition and refurbish its main components. The coaches and track will need attention too. That's quite a challenge. If you would like to be involved with volunteering, either here on Firefly or on anything else at the Railway Centre, do speak to the Visitors Inquiry Office near the engine shed or send us an email. There you go, I'll do that then.
You hear that? You live in Didcot or Swindon or somewhere nearby? Get down here and work on Firefly.
I believe it's missing one, if not now both of its buffer stops. There you go, both its buffers have gone.
Wow, I just painted them on.
Yeah, it was missing one when I was here last.
It looks like they've been hosing things down to open them, so that's good.
Yeah.
And here's the interesting thing, you can see the difference in this broad gauge.
Standard and
So it's
broad.
4'8" for the standard, 4'8" and 3/4 or something like that. Don't shoot me, audience. Something like that, I said.
Close enough.
4'8", something. I'll remember it. And then there's Victorian broad gauge, was what we run, is 5'3".
And then Brunel's broad gauge, which is it close to 6 feet?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Because I actually thought it was 7, but there's not a chance it's 7. Because
No.
that's standard gauge
So-
in next to it.
I should look it up. Let's get some numbers.
Yeah. But the point work up there is quite interesting. I'll get a photo of this and I'll put it in because I'm not going to be able to zoom in too well with the little GoPro image, but I'll just get a photo, so bear with me as we walk down Burlesque Station Lane, because I'll put this photo into the video if I remember. If I didn't remember, remind me and I'll put it in there.
Okay, so standard gauge is 4 feet 8.5 inches.
Woo, close. What did I say? 3/4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm an
then-
idiot.
Broad gauge is 5 feet 6 inches.
Ah. GWR. So when Victoria did its broad gauge, where I'm from, we did 5'3", because we just like being in the middle. And it's plagued Australia because, interestingly, I think it was about mid-1880s, all of the states got together and they had a big meeting. And everybody said, we're going to do standard gauge. We're going to do Irish standard gauge, which is the same standard gauge you run here, but Irish did it first. Which is weird, but that's okay. It's the width of an Irish dray.
Right.
The actual horse wagon.
Okay.
It's the wheel spacing.
Yeah.
That's where it came from. Isn't that weird? But anyway, that's where we get told it came from. Whether it really did, who knows? But and then all the states said, "Yep, we'll all do that, absolutely." And everybody went away and did their own. And bloody South Australia went and did 2 foot, and Victoria did 5'3" and 2'6", and Queensland did 3'6". Western Australia initially, I think, did 3 foot, and then they moved later on. So everybody did different stuff. It's quite the signalling fest in here.
Yeah.
There's a bloke I know named Andrew, and this would be his thing. He'd be very excited at this point. He'd be having a little bit of an excited moment of all these signals, and he'd want to get in that box. He really would.
I think we have to ask permission, especially since you need to get down on the track to get there.
Yes. But,
At least from here.
nothing's running today, but that's okay. The grand plan that Benjamin and I had was to come here yesterday, but that didn't quite work out because GWR cancelled a train, so I would have been here much earlier in the day, around lunchtime. And as it was, I ended up getting here at nearly 3.
And Didcot closes at 4:30, so you've only had an hour and a half.
Yes. Whereas the GWR Steam Museum, which was just down the road, ironically it's the same distance or same time to walk to there as it is to come here in the train. But went in there and had a look around.
I do need to get back there.
It's a very nice collection in there.
It's been quite some time. Did you also visit the railwayman's cottage?
Apparently we're
that's
allowed in here.
nearby? The workman's cottage that they have restored.
This is what you ride in the broad gauge. I don't think I have,
Yeah.
so I should pop back there before I leave. Assuming I don't spend the entire day here, which is certainly possible. Suddo, keep it to yourself. Never miss an opportunity to shit stir that guy. This would be the salubrious first class, I'm guessing.
Incredibly comfy wooden seats.
And it looks like there's just a piece of light reading material over here. I can't touch that, I might actually catch fire. The light reading material turned out to be a giant Bible. Gladstone bag. Everybody has a Gladstone bag. Here's a question. What are these? They're gaiters. And for protecting your legs. In Australia, hikers use them so they don't get bitten by snakes. There's the vacuum release, I think.
So Iron Duke's still got both of its buffers, although they appear to have been taped onto the coach.
The buffers do look like they're made of gaffer tape.
Yeah. Hardly period accurate.
Well, you got to admit, if they had gaffer tape in the 1800s, they would have used it.
On everything, yeah.
Absolutely. Gaffer tape and cable ties. Or as those of us who know ropes call them, we call them adult knots.
Duct tape is what we tend to call it.
Milk churn, I'm guessing? Now, interestingly, duct tape and gaffer tape aren't the same thing. But a lot of places in the world interchange them.
Yeah.
Gaffer tape is cloth.
Right.
And there's 2 kinds of gaffer tape. There's gaffer tape that sticks and you are never getting it off. Oops.
Kind of like T-Rex tape.
And then there's a removable one. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it starts with T.
T-Rex?
No, I don't think so. I'll try and remember what it is at some point during the conversation.
Right, we can go back up this way. Have a look at the...
Just keeping an eye on the battery because we're down to 5%. This might be a good spot to change batteries actually. So let's do that now while we can. And we're back.
Hello.
We're still walking around Didcot having changed batteries with Benjamin.
Looking at the board gauge.
And this is a buffer that means it. Trouble is, it's probably made of cast iron and it'll probably just shatter if you hit it. Yeah, that bit's wood, but I think the arches are cast iron.
Yeah, that's not going to let anything through.
Another nice little crane to be shunted with care, apparently. You would have thought everything should be shunted with care.
If you wanted it to last, yeah.
That's probably why you have to shunt it with care, so you don't put it through the back of the wagon in front of it. The sheds are just taunting us now. We hear it move, and we see it too late, and then it just goes and hides somewhere, making its fairly unmistakable little noise. Which is weird, because they're an SD70, but they sound nothing like an SD70 when they idle.
Hmm.
I just think it points to, and sorry for my American viewers, but it just points to England being slightly more civilised in the locomotive department, because they tend to put mufflers on that actually dampen the sounds of the locomotive, because an SD70 in America is a very deep throb, not this high-pitched noise. Those look like trolley wheels, or speeder wheels for the Americans. Oh, there's something else coming through, but we won't be able to see it from where we are, I don't think. Sounds passenger-ish. Gate is open.
Yeah.
Didn't say no.
You could always go up and at least poke the camera in.
We could probably sneak up on the shed if we did that. So even though I know nothing's coming, I'm still looking left and right. It's ingrained. There you go, wheat picks. There's your box. Might grab a photo of this while we're here. Put it on the widest setting. And there's the shed. It's hiding behind those wagons. Let's see if he knows how to walk on tracks. Nah. Just watching you walk on the tracks then, Benjamin.
Something's moving.
Sounds passenger-y though, doesn't it? It's weird how passenger and freight has a different noise.
Yeah.
This would be quite pleasant on a hot day.
Oh.
Now it moves. What did I say about it taunting us?
Yeah.
Can we? Yeah, look like we can get round the right of that carriage, can't we?
Yeah, I think so. That takes up to the branch line station.
It's cast. Wow. Apparently it goes to the way out toilets. Not the normal toilets, the way out toilets. And we have some more goods wagons here. A little tank wagon, probably for movement of petrol. Made by Shelton Steel. That's a little bit modern. That sawdust collection.
Yeah.
Walrus Junction. You happy? Well, we didn't get anything coming up there.
Yeah, you can see through there, it's moving back down that way.
Yeah. It had actually shut down, so let's go back and get the petrol wagon again. But just looking at that track down there, that's quite an interesting track, an interesting profile. It's like track and plates in one. And it's got wooden support underneath the track. And there's not much in the way of horizontal supports. Modern sawdust collection. Ah, we didn't see this before. Didcot Halt. So this is apparently a flag stop. Someone's stripping and cleaning. An oil or petrol wagon from Shelton Steel. And a van. The Americans would call that a boxcar. But Americans also call utilities trucks. So.
Mm.
That's the shed's train we can hear clanking away in the background there. Looks like an intermodal that's been putting together. So what would you say your favourite thing here is?
Well, probably King Edward, which isn't here at the minute, unfortunately.
It's off visiting.
Yeah, I'm not sure where. I did read it was going to be away for a bit. But the demonstration line when that's active is the best place to be. It's the longer of the two lines.
Yeah, we would have seen that yesterday. But,
Yeah, they tend to have the
thanks,
bigger
GWR.
locomotives on that.
You made us miss out in your own museum.
Irony.
Yeah. And I think we can hear coming up something that's not a shed.
Is it the Huntley still?
Yeah, little Hunslet.
That's it. Yeah, I don't think it's moved. Oh no, hang on. It's moved the Royal Mail coach back in
It has. That's in there. This thing's got a bag on the sides for capturing things. Carriage shop where stuff's being worked on. It's from Taunton. I've been there. You recognise that device they picked up?
No.
That's for moving carriages or engines by hand. So
Yeah.
you stick it in under the wheel and then you pull the lever down and it pushes the carriage away from you.
Just how they might be moving this.
Does indeed.
Something I've not seen before.
So they call the Hunslet the Rat.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate for the Hunslet. So even though it's not an active day, we're getting to see something cool.
Yeah, they do say on the website you might see shunting activities taking place for preparation of weekend events. So I guess it's maybe going to get some more rolling stock out.
Are you as disappointed as me that the Rat doesn't have whiskers or squeak? onto the traverser it goes. That's always got to be a nervous moment, I guess. Because as the engineman, you wouldn't be able to see that.
No.
You have to rely on someone else for it being lined up properly.
That's not quite lined.
I think it is at this end.
Right.
No, not at that end. Couple it up so it doesn't go through the back wall at the other end, I suppose. Yeah. Good to see. So you call it the rat?
Sorry?
You call it the rat?
The rat, yeah. It's, we've had it for God knows how long. So, been about, probably about 40 years ago. And the only problem is it hasn't got any through braking on it, so it just rely on that. And then we bought the 08 shunter, but the 08 shunter can't go on the traverser.
Bit heavy.
Yeah, well, it's not the traverser quite so much; it's the ground condition that just will put it down there because it's on the timbers are laid longitudinally, as you can see, and it will just split the timber completely. The weight on there.
Yeah, there's nothing horizontal.
Yeah, there's nothing horizontal. So we've moved the dreadnought out, so that will go in there to have it, then it'll be lifted, so we can get the bogies out, redo the bogies, because we've got some accommodation bogies.
Then you can get it out and play with it again.
Get out and play with it, start on again. So it's my day off today. I normally come down and do a bit more on the dreadnought, but at the moment we're getting the bogies done. And also in here, as you can see, we're actually rewiring the ship. They just were improving the lighting by having proper side lighting and replacing the halogen lamps with LED lighting.
It'll cost a bit less to run.
Costs a lot less to run. I mean, these are about 250, whereas the LEDs are 100. And actually does have lighting as well.
Easier to work under.
The trouble is these bulbs keep on going as well.
And they're expensive.
Very expensive.
Must be a nervous moment for the driver going on there. Just commenting to Benjamin before, there's no way he'd be able to see that was lined up. Oh, cool. So they're going to move that one. Moving this one again.
the tram unit's got an interesting history. It's not Great Western actually, it came from Derby. Tram unit, and it operated off electricity overhead, and then there was a scheme when for the graduates at Longbridge, the old car works up at Birmingham. They did the apprentice scheme. They assembled all this, and they put the prototype Austin Metro engine in there, which for the last 30 years gave us grievance all the time. we spent the morning getting the thing going, and now it's gone to diesel. It's got an Italian diesel engine in it, which does the trick, but it's bloody noisy in there. So
It gives you some reliability of operation, though.
yeah, we don't use it all that much actually, but what we're doing is we rearrange the point work so we can get more direct lines to come in. So have you come far then, or?
Australia,
Ah, whereabouts?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah. I'm a fireman at Puffing Billy.
Oh right, I was down
And Benjamin's a local.
Yeah, just from
Right.
Oxford.
in Australia in June.
Oh, nice.
I've done Melbourne before, but it was Western Australia. Did the IP.
Oh, nice. Union Pacific.
Yeah, Indian Pacific.
That's a fair run.
Good run though.
And for about 1,400 kilometres of it, you just look out and go, look, sand.
Actually, when you look out of it, the scenery changes all the time. If you look very carefully, there's subtle differences. No, it was a good trip actually.
Yeah, you get some colour differences between the...
You get, I mean, we're out there obviously in the winter. You get colour differences, and they add on quite a lot of excursions as well. Kalgoorlie, Broken Hill.
Did you go to a bar in Kalgoorlie? It's an interesting experience if you do, because Kalgoorlie's a mining town.
Yeah.
So the bars are geared up for miners.
Oh no, no.
You'd remember if you did.
We were in the early hours of the morning. It was an excursion around the thing, and to see. We arrived at 6 o'clock in the morning, so even there were no bars open then.
Yeah.
Well, they probably were.
Well, they probably were.
Yeah, I was going to say
In a mining
they were.
thing, because there's 3 shifts, so
Yeah,
the bars stay open all the time.
yeah.
But
But we ran off with the train anyway. But, the first time you've been here then, is it, Didcot?
yeah, it is the first time I've been here.
Yeah.
I tried to get here last year, but a train got cancelled, so I ended up going somewhere else. And that happened again this year, but I managed to get here. We were going to come yesterday for the Steam Day, but thanks to a cancelled service coming out of Southport, which is because I was on the Isle of Wight yesterday,
Oh right.
I couldn't get up here until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so
Yeah.
I had to wait.
Well, we've got this big bloody collection here.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Started off by 4 schoolboys.
Yeah.
Fortunately, one died last year, the founder of it. But,
That's unfortunate.
yeah, but he, you know, it was the vision, and now with the 14 and 231, that started it all, and now we've got the largest collection in the world of any one railway company, plus all the paraphernalia that goes with it.
Which is quite impressive, really.
And we repatriated Pendennis Castle as well.
Where did that get sent off to?
Australia.
Yeah.
Ah,
You
got
had
sent
it.
to the colony.
It was sent to the colony, yeah. It was on the Helmsley Arnold Company.
When I came back in through customs, and the guy said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "They sent me back, mate." Fortunately, you thought I was funny. In this
Yeah.
country, you can actually be funny with customs. It's not like America.
Oh yeah, no,
Or immigration, I should say.
I had some good banter about some Australians out there who called me a pommy bastard. I said, well, hi, none of them might be a pommy bastard, but you're a bloody convict. We want to get rid of you, mate. So,
Sure. Yep. Well, this is true. I had relatives that came over on both sides of the mast.
I mean, if you came here 40 years ago, there was nothing here at all, because this was where all the ash in Swindon was, because it's all ash under there. It's built up, and over the years, you know, that's the reason why there's no grass, because it doesn't retain the water and all the weeds.
Disappears.
Just disappears. This is our Art Deco coach, which we are stripping back.
And apparently Rachel, Joe and Chloe were here. Oh, and Max. At least they did it in the dust.
Yeah. Smooth running, smooth running.
Did you notice the meerkat on the back?
Yeah, that's all right.
It's cool to have a bit of a treat of seeing some things shunted around.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen one being restored getting moved out before.
And I guess they're going to put it in over there on the empty road.
Yeah.
There's room for it over there, so I guess I'll come straight through the traverser now. 2 carriages and a rat. Speaking of rats, here they come.
Could always mosey on up to the halt,
Yeah, why not?
avoid the little people.
I say it's quite cool to be allowed to just stand next to the stuff that's being moved, because
Yeah, you can't do that anywhere else.
no, there's a number of places I've been where you would get yelled at a lot.
Very much like any other railway. You can't get down at track level.
Ours is weird because we let the locals do it, but no one else. Where are they going? Yeah, looks like they're going to push it back in the sheds. This is... Well, it's not an empty road though, is it?
No.
So they're going to have to push it onto the turntable and then traverse it. And then put it into that empty one there, I guess. And then they're going to have to put the other one back.
Unless it's going over there by the motor carriage.
Well, I guess they'd have to pull that out though.
Yeah.
I love the look on his face and all this stuff fell over. What the? Looks a little more finished on this side, doesn't it?
Yeah. Proper cream and brown at least.
Well, it's got the doors in. It's got a wall. Onto the traverser it goes. Actually, I suppose this place has one advantage in the railway department, and it's not actually a railway.
No,
It's a museum.
living museum.
Maybe it is going in with the motor carriage. Or they're going to pull the motor carriage out, one or the other. See, Matt Huddleston? That's what buffing up should sound like. Not clunk, 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 clunk. He puts up with me.
Yeah. Did you get to see him on your visit to
I did.
Chatham?
Yep. Matt and I chat a lot. He's an incredible guy. His railway knowledge is pretty much bottomless.
Yeah. Yeah, I do watch his live streams on Twitch. They're very interesting.
You're the Twitch viewer.
I'm sure he has more than one. He does charity streams as well.
Yeah.
Go on late until night.
I was thinking more of the Train Sim World streams.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause-
watch those as well.
Because those, there's usually, depending on the topic, anywhere between 500 and 1,000 people on YouTube and about 30 to 50 on Twitch.
I tend to run that one on YouTube.
Yeah. I think it's funny because I spoke with JD about that a while ago, and he said they're thinking about stopping streaming to Twitch because they get so few viewers. And I said, most streamers would be really happy to have 50, mate.
Yeah.
50's good.
I don't get anywhere near that.
Oh, we should promote your channel.
Yeah. Put it on the ones to watch list.
Link in the description, as they say, if I remember. If I don't remember, tell me, and then it'll go in there.
I wonder where they're going down there.
Yeah, it looks like they're pushing the motor carriage in. The shed does seem to be 2 carriages deep, so it'll work.
Yeah. And they want that one undercover, given it's not finished.
Well, I'm betting the pretty one will end up back in there, where it
Yeah.
came from. Or maybe in that shed. At least now we know why it was closed off today.
Yeah. For shunting stuff back and forth.
Is that little white one a milk van?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either, but it just sort of seems right that a milk van would be white to reflect the sun. Which makes you wonder why the gunpowder van's black,
Yeah.
to absorb the heat. I suppose every railway's got a rat. Ours is called D24. It's a very similar little thing, except it runs the Gardner, I think it's a 6-cylinder engine, maybe an 8.
Right.
Might be an 8. It sounds quite similar to that, but it makes a lot more smoke. Oh, well, we might wander on.
Yeah.
Much as shunting's interesting, getting people to watch anything on YouTube for more than 8 minutes is a challenge sometimes.
Blame TikTok.
So this is the manual gates. Looks like there's a guy doing some maintenance on them over there, preparing for some painting. So most people in Australia wouldn't have met gates like this unless you're on the upfield line, in which case there's still a set of them. And they're controlled from the signal box. There's a giant wheel up in the signal box that opens and closes the gates. It's quite a clever mechanism. There's some very complex rodding going on down there. Some of it has bells on it, which is interesting. The Station Road box. Well, looks like we can go in there. The gate's open anyway. It looks open. No, it's not. Comes the shed again. So you can see the wheel in the back. It's used to manipulate the gates. Electric staff machine, the big tall red thing. All the block instruments are on the shelf there that allow train movements back and forth. Thank you, shed, for joining in. In fact, you can see the shed through the glass there. 66001. It's the class leader. How about that? Finally showed itself. They look like annet keys, probably. Different kind of variety of ours. Now, down we go, down the infinitely steep signal box stairs. Oh, you can see my feet. Don't see that in Train Sim World. We don't have feet in Train Sim World. Over here is the mailbag capturing device, that rope thing. Swing it out to pick up the bag as it comes past. Did you want to go look in the box?
I'm okay.
Actually, I've seen it before.
That was the third cross-country train I've seen today, actually moving.
We've got modern track work here, look. Well, pseudo-modern. With the springs in the chairs. So in the UK you still use chairs. We don't use chairs in Australia, we just have track plates. And the track's bolted to the track plates through into the sleepers. And on modern lines we use pandrol clips to hold the track down.
Yeah.
They're a clever company, Pandrol. They're commercially astute because they patented the designs, did their trademarks. Even the shape is a trademark. So they use it in their advertising, which makes it very hard for any third party to go, oh, we'll just make copies of that.
Yeah. There's an old GWR wagon in that shed.
Well, I think that's where we're heading. Little tiny booking office over here on our right. Looks pretty familiar. And this is where the dress-up hats come from. And the pretend tickets. Unprinted. Where do you want to go, mate?
Nowhere today, nothing's running.
Never invite an Aussie to tell you where to go. That's a unique sign over there. Should have a quick look at the signs, I guess.
Yeah.
Looks almost like a graveyard.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Bit mean, isn't it? The Old Oak Common Engine Shed Signal Box. That's very specific. This would be a foot crushing point lever. Make sure we don't go over 25. This was the sign I was looking at. That's a very unique sign. It's the London and North Western and Great Western Joint Railways, Paddington Station, London. Brixham signal box. Like everything else in Brixham, it's been stolen. And eat your heart out, M&M fans. The real Compton is here. Looks like a recognition board. Memory of members and friends. This is possibly the people who have passed, I guess. There's a fairly modern device. I think every heritage railway would like one of them. Ah, Thornycroft. It's a private road. And delivery trucks. Railways provided the full service here. They did the last mile as well. They had their own fleet of trucks, most of them. Sometimes buses. There's a bunch of horse equipment there. And a forklift, kinda. Bag lifting trolley. I don't know how you keep that thing upright when you're lifting something heavy up in the air, but that's life. This is the graveyard of bits. Yeah, Benjamin, I think we came at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Stealthily avoiding.
It is starting to fill up. Doesn't worry me if a Munchkin's that far away because he's probably about 3 pixels.
They've moved it. They used to have the original wheels from the King Edward here, or one of them, which were taken off when they recast the original ones. I wonder where that went.
This looks like boiler mountings, or tanks at least. I wonder what it was. Yeah, it's always interesting when museums move stuff. You wonder where it's gone. And sometimes you go in there and you just think, something's different, but I'm not quite sure what. Another little workshop building with a cat door. Excellent.
Yeah, there did used to be a cat, and they would always put food and
There's
water
food-
out for
there's
it.
food
There you go.
bowls.
But
They're a bit disgusting. So
I haven't seen it for some time.
well, why don't we just go outside and capture them 4 or 5? Give them a hand.
There's the Swindon panel.
Ah, hopefully we can
Mentioned.
get in there and have a look. Be an air raid shelter.
Yeah, they've got a couple of those. One of them you can get in.
More point lever examples. Interesting little reminders there.
Okay, press the button. Press it too.
He did that. It's his fault. Where's that one? Oh, there. It's a colour light signal, that one. It's cool to see the
Never
examples.
understood that concept before, really.
Interlocking.
Haven't you?
Ah, it's fun stuff. Can chat about interlocking if you don't mind being on video.
Yeah, sure. Do tell me about it.
Yeah.
Kind
So, did you try and move the levers?
yeah, I mean, I worked out that if this one permits these to move, right, because of the cam. So
Yep, that's exactly right. Yep. Yeah, just basically stop you moving things that you're not meant to move to provide a degree of protection for when humans forget. I wonder if these two talk to each other. Or does it talk to that one behind me? Yeah, it talks to that one behind me. Which implies that this one behind me talks to that one. And it does. And that's the bell for notifying you. Yeah, interlocking is quite clever. Now it's all done in software though. It's all done by computers, sadly.
Well, this is very like a circuit, actually, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is.
Very, it's very like a digital gate, really.
Yeah, it's Boolean logic. Yeah. With multiple tests. It's a very simple line, isn't it? We can change our colours apparently. You can certainly tell that's mechanical. And it goes through red to green, which is interesting. So I don't know if you really saw that. Let's put you up there. This is the lever that Benjamin was playing with.
Yeah.
This is a Bristol East indicator board. Quite a complex set of junctions. I think if it was your first day on the job here, you'd have a significant pucker factor. And in here is Swindon. I don't know if I have to do a photo consent. Is it a consent to photograph the box or is it a consent to photograph the people? STFC filming and photography consent form. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Visit. Event date would be today. Oop. I am consenting for myself. Next. Are we allowed in? This is the question. No, it's closed. Bum. But anyway, there's the box in there. It's a bit hard to see. There you go, that might be reflection free. But you can have a go at this on days, so I'm guessing it is supposed to be open today, I think. So we might have to ask about that. It's quite possible the person who normally runs it just isn't here, of course. This is the modern variety. If you play SimSig, you're probably looking at something very familiar. Because I'm not sure if these are reflections of a real box or if this is just SimSig playing on a PC somewhere. Could be either. Not active. I did my stint as signalman on Puffing Billy. I actually kind of think apart from the shop, anybody need an apple? Or some blackberries maybe? We have to steal a blackberry from Didcot, don't we? There's some that are ripe. It's so ripe, it's falling apart. No, munchkins. We shall look over here. Normally I get black hands in a railway place, not purple.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice blackberry.
Yeah, the gift shop there. There's the restaurant on the right if you're hungry.
Well, we might just kill the camera for now and have a look at the gift shop. So we'll be back. We're at a British railway place, you have to. Ham and cheese. It's not curly ham though, disappointed. Heading down into the air raid shelter.
1939. Peace in Europe is threatened by Hitler's Nazi Germany, which has already invaded Poland. The war clouds are gathering in Europe.
This is London. You will now hear a statement by the Prime Minister. I am speaking to you from the Cabinet Room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock,
We sent them a
they were
note.
prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently...
G Garden Railway with nothing on it. And I think I heard over the back there
Yeah, they're good.
a shed.
Pulled up.
There you go. There's a Freightliner shed hiding up there.
Go this way to the transport vehicles.
Sure. It's like Blueberry, but taking the piss.
We can also go
Sad
there.
set of engine wheels. They're the ones you were looking for before?
The one's in there, and then you can go in there as well. They've got a couple of carriages.
And what's this? 18,000.
Ah, that's the gas turbine.
Yeah,
I wondered where that had gone.
we'll have a look.
It wasn't grey before, and it used to have an information board telling you more about it.
It looks like they're working on
we go.
restoring it.
Gas turbine electric locomotive built in 1949. It's currently in the ownership of Pete Waterman, I think,
Yeah.
the music mobile. It was a failed attempt at an alternative form of power.
I think the Americans did it too. There's two sheds. Now they really are just taunting us.
Can never get enough sheds.
I can hear one moving as well. So right now, there's 4 of the bastards near us.
We've been surrounded. And this is a relatively new exhibition. I think they opened it October last year.
The most broken down car ever, the Morris. Little trolleys for platforms, which look like carriages. Different milk and cream. Coal or potatoes? That's the question. It's a hired sack. Okay, you don't know what's in it. Fair enough. And the Swindon Fire Brigade, which has seen better days, poor thing. In fact, it's the British Railway Swindon Fire Brigade. This is the kind of paint you get when you buy a vintage car on the internet and don't really look at it properly. I'd keep it that way, I reckon. Just looks good. Dre. The question is it 4 foot 8.5? You too can have a cow of your very own. It's quite warm in there, isn't it?
Yeah. Dread to think what it's like during the heat wave.
Aren't you in a heat wave? When it's about 18 degrees, this is a heat wave.
It's been worse. It was higher than 30 degrees last week.
Oh no, I was here.
Yeah.
Looks like their bridge collection.
A few pillars. Ooh. Yeah, so
We're going to need some light in here. I think that might not be enough light.
I don't know.
Let's pause this.
I've seen this one running, so hopefully it'll be out and about again at some point.
So this one is operational. We'll have to look at what this looks like later because I can't tell because I'm standing on tiptoes holding the camera up as high as I can. Looks like we might even be able to go in it. There's stairs down up here. And it does say anything with stairs down, you can go inside, so why don't we? Whoa. Oh, we can get to the engine compartment. Hey look, Matt Pedial. It's a train toilet. Boiler, stored dry by the looks. Steam rail motor. Must be bloody hot in here. You can get in there.
Yeah, I'll do it. You can get down to the other control car as well at the other end.
Cool, we'll have a look at that. Might get some noise with Benjamin out of range. So we're heading up to the other end of the control car now, where you can remotely control the steam engine. Brake, regulator that runs up to the other end, handbrake. Pretty simple controls up here. Whistle, bell. You even get a seat to sit down. Luxury. And poor fireman stuck up the back there. So what do you think, Benjamin? Bit dark? A little bit dark in there?
Little bit. Took a photo.
Back down the evil stairs. Sorry for the camera angle, but this will be a two-hand job. So that's an auto coach. I didn't even notice the mechanism. You can actually drive this thing on the Riviera in the 50s route. There's a DLC for this very machine. So I expect, having been in it, we're going to have to do that. It's in Train Sim Classic. There's the giant pile of chairs and other bits and pieces. All the kinds of things necessary to build your own railway. Steam shovel grab bucket. The scrapper's torch was busy on this one. Didn't get all of it though, but did get most of it. Big gas turbine's quite a unique deal. One of a kind. Which I think there was two.
It was at this point that the audio failed on the original video, so I'll just have to voice over it as best I can. The carriage we're looking at on the right there has got a model railway in it. This is a steam pumping engine by the looks of it. Set of scales coming up, bit of a collection of station equipment. It was interesting to see the crane down in the distant background there, moving along, self-propelled. We weren't able to get down into that area to have a closer look at it, unfortunately. Trolley for welders' gas bottles, most likely. Benjamin again. Little blacksmith's forge. There might be a little bit of noise in the background as I talk through this. It's a bit of household noise going on. The gas turbine engine 18,000, I believe, is owned by Pete Waterman. It is getting some cosmetic restoration treatment. A well wagon used for carrying large loads like transformers and the like. Here it's holding some excess track and sleepers. With an old coach for science, learning and railways that's no longer in use. I'm probably waxing lyrical about the solidity of English buffers at this point. Or that it's hinged, or something else exciting like that. No doubt it was something really, really important. We are just about at the end of our visit to the Didcot Railway Centre. It's quite an amazing place, so if you get the opportunity to go and visit it, you do get up close and personal with the equipment, which is actually unusual in an active museum setting these days. It's much more common to be held back behind fences. So I do prefer this older approach where there's a degree of trust between the visitor and the operator, that you will do the right thing and you won't get yourself hurt or get yourself in trouble. I do know on their big open days on the weekends, they do have more restricted movement around the place because they have a lot of traffic going on. But if you go there during the week like we did, then it's a lot like this. It's quite an interesting beast, the gas turbine machine. I wish we'd been able to get inside it, but alas, that was not possible. In a moment, you should see Benjamin as we wrap up our tour of the Didcot Centre, because we are back up to the starting point again now. As we wander past the Upton and Blueberry sign and Thatcham. And of course, beware of trains, as you should. This is where we did our amazing wrap-up talk for how much fun we had, and that it was good to meet Benjamin, which it was, definitely, and that we both had quite a lot of fun at the museum. But unfortunately, the audio by this point had in fact cucked it, so bye, and a thumbs up from us. Visit it now. Or maybe that was subscribe. I don't know, something like that.